Greetings, Biafrans all over the world. Greetings, lovers of freedom. Greetings, Biafrans all over the world. Greetings, lovers of freedom. Greetings, everyone. Please share the video as you are joining. Bella Ngozi, good evening from here. Greetings, everyone. Greetings, Biafrans. Greetings, lovers of freedom. Once again, I have come today to preach the gospel truth, the truth about Biafra restoration, because that is what our leader assigned us to do, and we must do it. So, and we must do it the way it's supposed to be. If you want to ask question, you can ask your question. Prince, thy word, before you can qualify to ask me question, you need to come with your real name. So I don't answer fake account, because Prince Thy Word is not your real name. So you have to bear your father's name, bear your mother's name, or your surname with your real name. Then you can qualify to ask me any question. When you look at the platform, you see my name there. And when you see me, you see my own profile picture, you see me. I'm not hiding my face. So I don't know why you are ashamed of yourself. Today's topic, without wasting up any time, let me go straight to what brings me here today. What brings me here today is Biafra restoration. And my topic today is that the IPOB leadership must step up their game now. When I say IPOB leadership must step up their game, some of you will be asking, why are you talking about the leadership? Yes, the leadership is what I am following, because the leadership is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked us to take order from. And the leadership controls IPOB. So apart from the leadership, I don't know where else do you want me to go and ask question, or you don't know where, I don't know where you will now direct me to go and ask the people to step up their game. Am I going to go to the politicians? Am I going to go to Hope Uzodinma to ask him to step up his or her game in the restoration of Biafra? No. Did I take oath under Hope Uzodinma or David Umahi? No. Who is my leaders? Who did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hand over this very movement in their hands? Is the leadership, is the DOS. So when I need anything, when I need action, whatever I need, definitely I will call on the leadership, which I know they are the one Mazi asked us to take order from. Don't expect me to go and ask any person question or to go and follow anyone. No, I have a leadership, and that leadership I must hold responsible. Anything that had happened to Mazi, or if anything happened to Biafra restoration. Now, when I say they need to step up their game, we have seen, not we have heard us do this. The one you watch, people are asking, Mazi, why are you not attacking this one? You're attacking the US. Let me tell you the simple truth. If you don't know anything, you ask question. And the ndị Igbo si gị n'ọjụ esa ada efu ụzọ. Why I say that n'ọjụ esa ada efu ụzọ? Because that is Igbo proverb for you. We are IPOB and we are fearless. And we cannot take because of you are my leader, or because of your DOS, and we will not be pissing in our naked. No. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is under captivity. And before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was captured, he made it categorically clear, very clear to every Biafrans that we should take order from the DOS. And when we wait for that order, and if we don't see that order, the people who will hold accountable is the DOS, the leadership. So when I am holding the leadership responsible, or when I am calling on them, it will make you look more stupid and more foolish for you to come out and tell me, leave the DOS alone. If I leave them, who will I hold? Am I going to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is in castration, who is in DSS custody, to come and tell me the way forward? If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not outside, is not in the DSS, you will see me, I will tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the time have come. I will hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu responsible, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader. Now, let me make it very clear to you all, in case you don't know. IPOB have one central command, which is the DOS, no doubt about it. IPOB have a command and control. We don't doubt that. What Mazi Achebepol is calling for is the action for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released and for Biafra to be restored. Biafrans, let me tell you, the people, this thing, because many of you don't know anything. Many of you are so stupid because you think when they call DOS, you are nobody to call DOS. Without IPOB, without me and you, there is nothing like DOS. Without Biafrans, there is nothing like DOS. So DOS are non-existing group without Biafrans. DOS cannot give order without the people following them. So which means you cannot be a leader without having a follower. You cannot be a follower without having a leader. You cannot just come and say you don't have right to question your leader. That is the height of stupidity any person can display in anywhere. Those of you will be asking me, Mazi, are you an IPOB? No, I am not an IPOB. I'm an IPF. You don't have any right to tell anyone that he or she is not an IPOB member, unless the person decides to go out from the IPOB. So right now, let me tell you people, just give me a minute, because Biafrans, most of the people that claim to be hardcore in IPOB, I don't know who the hardcore you are. And I would like to drop a link in case you want to, or let me, I don't know, I will not drop link because I don't have time for nuisance to distract what I want to talk today. Let me just say it the way it is. So if you have any question, you can call on phone. I don't want too much illiterate to come and disturb me in what I am doing. I can only just... Now, let me tell you, Biafrans all over the world. The question I want to ask today, if you say that Biafrans will not ask DOS question, the question I will ask you now is, who sold our leader? And who is the person that will hold responsible? Who is the person that will give us a response? Who is the person that will give us a directive? These are the questions I'm asking you. When we need action, or when we bring out our ideas, where are we going to channel it? When we are not seeing what we're supposed to see, or when we are not hearing what we're supposed to hear, who are we going to hold responsible? Do you think that the stage where Biafra is now is a stage where somebody will tell you, say, fold your hands, we are coming. Fold your hands, the legal team are working. I have said this without number, time without number, that this war, this Biafra restoration, this Biafra restoration have grown past where the legal team will be handling Biafra restoration alone. The Biafrans need to do their own work before the legal team will do their own. Now, if you are waiting that you don't want to take any action, that US will proscribe you a terrorist group, that means you are not ready for freedom. If you say that we cannot take any action for Biafra to be restored, that means you are not ready for freedom, because there is no way you can get your freedom in a platter of gold. There is no way you can get your freedom just like that. There's no way you can get your freedom without any action. Go and write it somewhere that before Biafra will be restored, before any place, before any person can take can talk about Biafra, the people, indigenous people of Biafra must rise up and fight for their freedom. Freedom is not given. Nobody will just give you a freedom in a platter of gold or in a platter of plate. Nobody will give you a freedom just like that. So if person telling you, my brother, calm down, we are in charge of the game, the person is just telling you to be just fooling you, because end of the day, that thing that you are running from, you must do it. So why can't we start doing it now, so that people will not be asking, telling us, when will you, is it this time we will do it? Now, let me tell you, Biafra can never be restored if the IPOB, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in this present situation now, if you tell me that Biafra can be restored without IPOB taking a fiscal action, the person is deceiving him or herself. The person is deceiving himself. If person tell you that Biafra can be restored without any action, only on legal team, it's a bloody liar. The person is a liar. And if I throw you a open challenge now, you cannot give me the fact. Most of you will say our lawyers are doing great work. No doubt about it. The lawyers are working. The question I want to ask you is this: what is Biafra doing for us to restore it? Because the lawyers are working for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out. We need action. Let me tell you, you will say that there is no way Biafra will call from up and they will just say they have declared Biafra. Biafra is not Umunna meeting. Biafra is not like a Umunna meeting that or issue of one village to the other, that one state, one governor will now come and give order, they will hear. Some people will tell you Biafra will be restored at once we conclude our prayer. Prayer cannot give you Biafra. A prayer, ordinary prayer, cannot give you Biafra. Go and mark it one place. The only thing that will give us Biafra is the action. And that is why when we say 2 million march, IPOB said the leader, not the leadership, some idiots say they will proscribe us terrorists. We now say, okay, economic sanction, they say they will proscribe you. They say, okay, sit at home, they will proscribe you. Now, the question I want to ask you is this: what is that IPOB can do or Biafrans can do that they will not proscribe us? What is that? I am asking you. Kedifa IPOB gemena that the world will not proscribe them, since we cannot do anything because of the fear of proscription. What is that? Can anyone tell me the thing that IPOB can do for Biafran to come and the world will not attack us and nobody will proscribe us? Do you think that what is political solution? What are you holding in your hands? Don't you know what is political solution? Many of you have been stupid and foolish at the same time, that when you hear the leadership, they say, no, don't talk about the leadership. If not me, the leadership is nobody. So if you think that any person in the leadership, IPOB leadership, is more Biafran or more IPOB more than me, that means you are very sick in your head. That means you are very stupid. That means you are a non-entity. If you think that Mazi Chikedozie is more Biafrans or more IPOB more than Mazi Achebe, you are very, very stupid. And you must go and buy goat brain, because it's better than what you are using. If you think that Tina Sanworu is more IPOB or more Biafran more than Mazi Achebe, you are a fool to think about that. Biafran is everyone, is for all of us. So we select the leadership, and when the leadership is not doing well, we call upon them. So at this point of time, what is our leadership telling us to do for Biafra to be restored? Because me and you know that Biafra cannot be restored with Barrister Ejiofor and Aloy Ejimako, the court case. Biafra cannot be restored without any action in Biafra land. Biafra cannot be restored without Biafrans taking over their land. Now, if we cannot control our land, I ask you this question: who will now go for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release and the Biafra referendum? Is Zero Choice Okorocha, Hope Uzodimma, Devil Mahi, or Peter Obi? Now, who is the person that will go for Biafra restoration? You think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is just for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out? Have you asked yourself, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out without Biafra restoration, where will he be and where will he stay? He will continue running again for exile, and he will be claiming that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a British passport, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has Israel passport. Did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have Biafran passport? The answer is no. Can Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sit in Afaruku without fear of Nigerian soldiers? The answer is no. Now I ask you, when the lawyers finalize the bailout and they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without Biafra restoration, where do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be? How do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will move? You want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out without Biafra so that you will be answering hardcore without Biafra and being restored, so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be running from one country to the other, seeking for asylum, seeking for protection, seeking for refugee. Is that what you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue? Is that what you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be continue doing? You want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out. Nnemeka will not know his father's house. Nnemeka will not know his grandfather's house. Do you know what it takes for a royal family to run out of his fatherland, to abandon his subject? Do you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have abandoned his subject in Afaruku? You want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be bailed and come out the way he come out in 2017, and he went to his home, Afaruku, and the zoo government sent the zoo soldiers to go there and kill him. You want him? If you think that the lawyers cannot bring him, the lawyers can bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. But the question I'll ask you is, after bringing him out, what do you think that will happen? They will definitely send their soldiers, because we are not in charge of our land. How can you tell me that you need freedom while your own land is being controlled by your enemy? How can you need freedom while your own land is being controlled by the people? How can you say you need your own land while your own you need freedom while your own land is being controlled by Fulanis? How? How, I ask you? How will you think that you can just come out and make something out of this very movement without doing the needful? As it is now, there must be an action before any person can talk about the Biafrans. When they tell you that the world is talking about Biafra, ask yourself, the world is doing meeting. Everything is happening in the world. Have you heard any country, any meaningful country that have talked about Biafra? Why? Because nobody is pushing for it. We hear when the Palestinian, when the small fight between Palestine and Israel, the whole world, the whole BBC News, and the whole world is talking about it, because they know, they create that awareness. Do you know that the people that die in Palestine is not up to 200 people? Do you know that people that Hope Uzodinma have killed only in Imo State is more than 1,000 people, and no word have talked about it? You think creating awareness is by preaching Biafra to me? You think creating awareness is by preaching Biafra to Anambra person? You think creating awareness is preaching Biafra to Imo person? You think creating awareness is by preaching Biafra to Ebonyi person? You think creating awareness is by preaching Biafra to Cross River person? Those people don't need your preaching. Those people don't need your propaganda. Those people don't need your awareness. Why? Because they are Biafrans. They are the ones suffering. You don't tell who is suffering that he is suffering. Who you need to tell that he is suffering is the outsider, the international communities. You will call for help. You cannot be in prison with person and you will like to tell who is in prison with you, who is in cell with you, that the person, that you will not be preaching to the person. You know we are in prison. Oh. Here is prison. Here is prison. You don't need to tell the person that you are in prison. The person have already known that he is or she is in prison, because he's seen the way that they are. That is why I tell you that you don't need this prison. You don't need to tell people that you need Biafra in Biafra land. People you need to take this awareness to is the international communities. The people you need to take this awareness to is to UN, to foreign countries, international communities. You need to seek their sympathy. You need to seek their help. You need to seek their own idea. You need to to bring them so that they will not help you. Let me tell you, there's something they call alliance. How are you now building the alliance? If you are building the alliance, tell me any part of the world that gained their freedom, any part of Africa that gained their freedom without war? Have any part of Africa gained their freedom from anything that has to do with referendum? The answer is no. There's no part of African country that have gained their freedom from referendum. You know why? You know why? Because Africa don't know what is democracy. Africa don't know what referendum is all about. Africa is living in the 80s, and I am calling on the leadership to rise up. Because if you fail to rise up, don't blame anyone that is accusing the DOS or the leadership, because they need to stop all these things. They need to step up their games. They need to step up their games. Their games need to be stepped up. Because as it is now, not be by the IPOB, I be DOS boy. If you like, be a DOS errant boy, that does not mean anything. You are not feeding anyone. The question you need to ask yourself now is, how can Biafra be restored? KKGG restore Biafra. KKGG restore Biafra. What is the leadership doing? I will continue calling on them. What is the so-called DOS is doing that we are not seeing? 6 months is enough to work on the ground. The leadership must know that a day like this will come, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be kidnapped. You cannot tell me that we need Biafran, yet we don't want to pay the sacrifice. You cannot tell me we need Biafran, yet you don't want to do anything that will hurt the people. You cannot restore Biafra without your sweat. You cannot restore Biafra without fighting. You cannot restore Biafra without sacrifice. What are the sacrifices the leadership is telling Biafrans to make? Calling on prayer, if you like, call prayer session for 1 million years. If you like, call for prayer for 1 billion years. That cannot give us Biafra. Prayer alone cannot give us Biafra, because the people that is praying that prayer are so corrupt. They are not close to God. They are. When you can say that prayer can give you, God can answer your prayer in this way, is when the people are righteous. How many people are righteous in IPOB? This is not the time to stage a protest. This is time to take a very vital, you will take a very extraordinary steps to restore Biafra. The way IPOB is going on is to look like IPOB is just having a meeting. The way IPOB is doing things, it looks like this is a child play. The way IPOB leadership is handling this issue up to today, it looks like the people who surrendered Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and who is the IPOB are coward. Nothing is happening. Nothing they go on. And you think Biafra can be restored. You think a miracle that will come, Biafra will be restored. Let me tell all of you, if live, that whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not, DOS or any person, there must be action. Biafrans are not ready to get freedom. We are not yet ready. When Biafra is ready, we will rise up and do something. Biafrans are not yet ready for freedom, because when you think you are free, you are ready for freedom, I ask you, what are you doing to get your freedom? What is your steps? What step are you taking? You are not telling the world, the UN should come to our aid. The America, Donald Trump could have given you Biafra. Donald Trump will never give you Biafra, even if Donald Trump is still in power to date. Because the same Donald Trump, you say, I wish Donald Trump is still in power, that he could have given you Biafra. In the time of Donald Trump, IPOB members campaigned for Donald Trump at Iguacha, Port Harcourt, and many of them were killed. Many of them were arrested. They spent complete 4 good years in the Nigerian cell. Trump never one day in any way make any statement But Trump called on Israel to take their capital from Palestine to Jerusalem because they requested for it. The question I will ask you, what have you done? What are we doing? What are we doing to attract the UN? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out to tell that he have petitioned Nigeria and about Biafra since 2015 up till today. There is no one day Biafran case have been called up. Biafran case against Nigeria have not been called up, even not for hearing. For hearing in Kitty, they even to register it, they have never registered it. What does that tell you? It tells you that these people know that we are not serious. I ask you, if we need Biafra, how come the people that is killing us are doing business peacefully in our land, and our people are in their land doing business peacefully? Nothing is going on. And how can you not tell the world to come to your aid? Do you have any crisis? Do you have any issue? Do you have any problem? How can you tell the world that you are uncomfortable with the country where you are? Because you are doing your business peacefully. So that tells you that what we are having is not a problem that requires freedom. You must start doing something that requires freedom. The leadership must implement something that requires freedom, because at this time we are not doing anything that requires freedom. What is freedom? Freedom is it giving? Can anyone come and offer you freedom? No. Even people that fight for this thing and militant, those Niger Delta, they hold their own militants until they give them that amnesty. I ask you, what are you doing? If I ask you now, what is Biafran doing to restore Biafra? What will you answer me? What steps are we taking to restore Biafra? What are we doing to make UN talk? What are we doing to make US talk? What are we doing to make UK talk? What are we doing to attract international communities? You will tell me, say you are protesting, you are creating awareness, you are tweeting. I tweeted, I tagged UN. I tweeted, I tagged BBC. I tweeted, I tagged Donald Trump. If you like, tag the whole world in your tweet. Tell them, give them the proofs. They don't need it. What they need to do is to see your own action. They need to see what you, in particularly, is doing. So I ask you, what are we doing? What are you doing as a Biafran? No, I should come and be praising DOS for nothing. One day, DOS is human being like me, and I cannot praise them. Why I put them there, why we put them there as the leadership, is to do something, not to be there and be talking from Monday to Monday without anything. You don't need to tell me what is happening in Nigeria again. You don't need to tell me that they are killing my people. You don't need to tell me that Hope Uzodinma is killing people. You don't need to tell me that Dave Umahi is killing Biafran. I don't need to hear that, because I am aware of it. You don't need to tell me that Biafrans are dying in Enugu State. You don't need to tell me there is no international airport in Biafra land. You don't need to tell me there is no seaport in Biafra land. You don't need to tell me that this happens in Biafra land, this don't happen in Biafra land. I must tell you that the people you need to go and meet is the international communities. You will draw the attention. How can you draw the attention of international communities? You will take action. Let me tell it. I am telling you today, if Biafrans, if the IPOB, the whole Biafran agitators, cannot take over Biafra land, not even in charge of one state in Biafra land, it shows that Biafran cannot be restored. The time I will tell you that Biafran is close to be restored is when I see people taking their land. When I see Biafrans regaining their land from the so-called Nigerian government. That is when I will now tell you that something is happening. But for now, nobody is doing anything for Biafra restoration. If you tell me, they will prescribe also, I ask you, they will prescribe you, really? Now tell me, I ask you, mention one thing that Biafran can do without being prescribed. What did the Biafrans do in 2015 when they prescribed them? So you are afraid of Biafran to be proscribed, and you will say that Nelson Mandela spent 21 years in prison. Do you know that Nelson Mandela, South Africa, that spent 21 years in prison, never fought to be free from African country? They only fought to be free from a foreign country. People that are civilized, and they will be proud. And you think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you want him to spend 27 years in prison before you can know that the time for you to take action have come. Some people will say, DOS bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out in 2015. The question I need to ask you is, was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu arrested in 2015 or kidnapped? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in 2015, not arrested. So why are you telling me he was bailed? When someone was arrested, you can go and bail the person because the person committed no crime. But when someone is kidnapped, it means one thing. It means one thing. Let me tell you the truth. What does it mean? The purpose of them kidnapping him is to kill him. The purpose of them kidnapping him is to bring him down. I ask you, what is Biafran doing? You don't need to defend DOS. DOS don't need your defense because DOS is not under attack. You don't tell me that it's Simon Ekpa is attacking DOS, that you need to abandon Biafra to attack Simon Ekpa. It shows that you are stupid. The question you will ask yourself is Simon Ekpa the one who is holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Is Simon Ekpa the one who is stopping Biafra not to come? Is Nelly Ofebu holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What actions are the leaders taking to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is freed? Have DOS given any directive or any order and any person counter it? The answer is no. Nobody have countered DOS order. DOS remain the people who give their order and they counter the order. I can prove that 100% to you. So don't come out and tell me the leadership are working. They don't listen to these people. Let me tell you, Biafrans are running helter-skelter. The confusion in IPOB today, the confusion in Biafra land today is because there is no directive from the leadership. The leadership need to tell us what we're supposed to do for Biafra to be restored. And while we are doing it, the legal team are there to go for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be released. Oh, let me tell you, if you are dreaming that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out now, you must be foolish. You must be, you are the most foolish person I have ever come across, because you ask yourself, what are they going to release him for? And what is agreement are they going to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Will they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and tell him go to Afariuku and start campaigning for Biafra referendum? Will they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and tell him, go stop talking about Biafra? Will they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and tell him, okay, we have had you, go home, just go like that? Are you not thinking? The question now is, what are we holding in our hands before you call for unconditional release? Calling on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditional release with empty hand, it's like the same thing they tell you that Abalaka Azan onye jijana konye jinan. Abalaka na Azan onye jijana konye jinan, because you must use something to drag land. When you talk about freedom we are talking about our own land, because we must have land. We are talking about our own territory, our own right, where we can, the land where we can practice our own land. I ask you this question. If you say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released come July 19, you must be stupid. July 19 is the hearing of case. There's no way you can hear, you will just hear case and they will grant the person just go house like that. It is impossible. The question you will ask yourself now is this: what will make Nigeria, what will compare the Nigerian government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the 19th of January? What is that Nigeria is finding it difficult to settle if they don't release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What is that thing that is pressuring Nigeria to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What is that thing that is making Nigeria to think about releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What is it? I am asking you, what is that thing? Nothing. Nothing. They will tell you we are working underground against Nigerian government, against the full Nigerian government. You are working underground. You want to take Nigeria unaware. You think that they are foolish. Let me tell you, the most stupid thing the Biafrans will think is that there is something you can walk on the ground, boom, you take Nigeria unaware. You are lying, because Nigeria has many intelligent people in this world. If you don't know, Nigeria consults some of the most intelligent people in this world. Who are the most intelligent people? When you talk about intelligence, it's not all about shooting gun. When you talk about the people that control Nigeria, the people that control Nigeria is Britain. When you come about this law that guides this whole world, Britain is number one. I am not talking about gun. I am not talking about war materials. When the law that guide those guns and that warship and everything, the people that make the law that guide and how you will use that your weapon is Britain, and Britain is in charge of Nigeria. Now, the only way you can now make that law to function is to take action, because the British have laid a rules for you to act, for you to stand on it, and they add something, so that when that power then will start something, you will use the same law that British set up to fight. What are the laws that British set up? The law British set up are what? I am asking you. The law is there. How can UN come to your aid? What is the duties of UN? What is UN are in charge of a country where there is crisis. If I ask you now, is there any crisis in Nigeria? The answer is no. Nigeria remains one of the most peaceful countries in the world. The only thing that Nigeria has now recognized, the problem Nigeria is facing now is terrorist a problem, which is Boko Haram and bandit. Nobody is talking about IPOB, because IPOB is not a terrorist group. Nobody is talking about Biafra, because this is a nation. And why people are not talking about Biafra is because nobody is doing something physical for the world to come in. The world need to ask questions, not by spirit. The world cannot come and ask you questions spiritually. The world will ask you, what is going on? Let me tell you, I see some people telling you that if they don't cancel the sit at home, US will now give IPOB terrorist group. I was laughing. I say, you think US is stupid? So you think US is like Nigeria? You think US will not obtain something? US know the characteristics of a terrorist, and they know the difference between when someone is seeking for this thing, seeking for freedom, and when the person are engaged of a terrorist act. Because if you ask Boko Haram, what are you people fighting for? Boko Haram is not fighting for any freedom. They are fighting for religion, and religion is not a freedom. Religion in the whole world, British make it right that everybody has a right of worship, and you can worship whatever you want to worship. The same thing applicable in Biafra land. You can worship anything in Biafra land. The question you need to ask yourself today is, what is bandit fighting for? Bandit is not fighting to be in charge of their oil. Bandit is not fighting to be in charge of gold. Bandit is not fighting for freedom. Boko Haram is not fighting for freedom. What is Biafra is fighting for? Biafra is fighting for their independence. Biafra have existed before. Biafra have a currency. Biafra has a plate number. Biafra have been registered to the world before the amalgamation. So at this point, you need to revoke that spirit. You need to come up and revoke that spirit. What will revoke it? US, the American you are talking, there is something they call the boycott of a public transport in America, US. The American citizens carried it out. Did anybody prescribe them? The answer is no. What people will not, the only way that IPOB will be prescribed today is this. If we don't know what we are fighting for, and we engage Nigerian with a gun without making it clear. Now, it is our right to say in Biafra land, we own Biafra land. As a government, as a nation, you don't need to pay any tax to any Nigerian government. Definitely, Nigeria will come for you. Definitely, Nigeria will come for you. The question you will ask is, who is the Nigerian that will come for you? And how can they come for you? If it truly that Biafrans need freedom, what the leadership need to do is to organize a strategy, meet the people who are in charge of that revenue, and they tell them that at this point of time, we have come to take action. As in Igbo, the person that is generating revenue in Onitsha is an Igbo man, it's not a Fulani man. The person that is generating revenue in Aba Ariara is an Igbo man, it's not a Fulani man. The person that is generating revenue in any part of Biafra land, they are all Igbo people. And these people are not spirit. You know them one after the other. You need to send that delegate, convince them. You have what it takes to convince them. These are the duties of the leadership. These are the activities the leadership need to carry out. Send delegates, meet them secretly, not what you come on Radio Biafra to announce. Tell them, come from social date. We have come to in conclusion that there will be no more anything tax paying in Biafra land. There will be no more anything collecting of revenue. Even if it is good, you can even place them on a payment roll. Let them stay aside. Be paying them, because that is a sacrifice. They are not an IPOB. Good. They don't want to pay sacrifice. We can volunteer to pay them and tell them, my friend, you need to step aside. Don't involve yourself. That is why some people need to use their blood to pay sacrifice. So those people who are in charge of collecting this tax, because the big man who then give the contract, the big man who then give the contract to go and collect that revenue is not the person who is collecting the revenue. He have people, some agboros, some touts, he gave the contract to. You meet those people, you tell them, we will be paying you your salary. And remember that you will confuse them. Tell them what they will gain after the Biafra restoration and give them what they need to get and their children. Make them understand the future of their children, because the people you see today engaging themselves in this agboro work, in this going to generate revenue, most of them are those frustrated people. Some of them are educated, very well educated, but the lack of job, the lack of suffering have made them to forget and to not to think anything, and they will be involving themselves. And if you don't pay them, they are ready to kill you there and kill themselves. They are ready to finish up because they don't see any value of their life. You need to preach to them. You need to talk senses into their head. You need to make them to understand that this now, they can even create awareness. As it is now, they can even be part of the people that will make the history. When you give them that knowledge, they will now be the people that will be telling you that, okay, show him no more collection of tax. They know the people they will meet. And when you announce it, we on social media will just carry it out. We will spread it. And before you know it, everything will stop. That is how you take in charge of your land. You cannot take in charge of your land just like that, just walking on the ground. For how many years? For how many years? Nothing is going on. When you give order, that is how people will carry your order out. That is how things will start be happening. That is how Biafra will be moving. But people don't understand this. People think that when we call on DOS to do something, that we are insulting DOS. If I don't call DOS, who will I call? Is this Simon Ekpa? Is he Nelly Ofegu? Is he Hope Uzodinma? Is he my coordinator? Why did Mazinam can say take order from the leadership? And when we wait for your order, and we don't see the order coming, we will call upon you. We will call on you to come and let us know what is going on. Let us know why the order is not coming. Let us know why nothing is happening. Let us know why there is nothing going on, that we need to do something. And this is what I am doing. I am calling on the leadership to step up their game. There must be a kind of a dragging between the Biafrans and Nigerians, so that that thing will attract the international communities. That thing we are doing will attract people coming out. Biafrans, in case you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Mazi Achebe Paul, MAP Ezoku Bundu 1 na Biafra land, and I am a financial IPOB member up to date. Okay, I am not just IPOB member. I am a well-recognized IPOB member. And some people will think it's all about talking. Can you pay the sacrifice? We have done many things which we cannot be talking out here. Now, that is why I am telling you what is happening in Biafra land. Coming out to tell me that Hope Uzodinma is killing our people, Hope Uzodinma is killing us, arresting our youth. How can that restore Biafra to us? How can that make people to join IPOB? How can that make Biafrans who are willing to act? Do you think that this Biafra restoration is just IPOB members will just restore Biafra? How many people? Let me tell you the truth in case you don't know. Biafra is over 70 million people in population. The people who are really IPOB members who registered are not up to 3 million, if you don't know. But the people who are ready to carry out this Biafra thing to make it happen is more than 60 million. The people who are ready to carry out things so that it will happen are more than 60 million. Why people who take oath and registered is not up to 2 million, if you don't know. That is why they now wait. That is why they are waiting. That is why they are waiting for the people to give order so that they will carry out the order. So that because these people, over 60 million, are waiting for the leadership to give them order so that they will now do the needful and get their freedom. Because freedom is for everyone. Every Biafran today needs freedom. That is why they are calling. I am calling on the leadership to know that over 60 million of Biafrans are waiting. Let me tell you this thing. If you think that everything will just depend on the leadership of IPOB, a time will come, the Biafrans will not call on the leadership again. Another group, there is many groups in Biafra land. I hope you people know. There are so many groups who are fighting for Biafra. We have IPOB, yes. We have Mazop, yes. We have BZM, Biafran Zionist movement, yes. We have a Biafran National Guard. If IPOB continue playing game the way that Biafrans don't want today, Biafran National Guard can give order. And when that happens, Biafrans will follow them. What matters to Biafra now is not who gives the order. What matters to Biafrans now is the restoration of Biafra. They don't care who is in position. Biafrans don't care who is who again. What every Biafrans need now is freedom. And that is why when you are gossiping now, Biafrans will tell you, we don't want to hear any gossip. We don't want to hear anything. What we want is way forward to get Biafra. If anyone tell you that no DOS, no Biafra, the person is very stupid. Because Biafrans we have many Biafrans who will now rise up. Why everyone is respecting DOS is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because of the role Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have played in this very Biafra restoration. That is why you see many people pipe low up to this moment that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is kidnapped and nobody is doing anything. People we are looking up to the leadership, and there is a point where the people will wait for them. People will now override them. That is why they tell you that Biafra restoration is a quasi-military rule. Biafra restoration is like a military. It's not something you can think you are in the power forever. Somebody from nowhere can come out and take you out of the road. Somebody from nowhere can come and remove you and march forward. Biafra restoration is not all about age, because I see many people telling me, Mazi, how old are you? Do you know how many years this one is? How I ask you, how many years was Tafa Balewa, Mazi, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and Awolowo was when they fight for Nigerian independence? How many years is Martin Luther King was before he fight for the Black American? How many years Nelson Mandela was before he fight for the people of South Africa? How many years is J.J. Rollins was before he liberated Ghana? How many years Muammar Gaddafi was before he make Libya become one of the most recommended African country and the powerful country in Africa? How many years are these people? And let me tell you, Nnamdi Azikiwe is not up to 30 years when he fight for Nigeria. The Buhari you are seeing today is not up to 35 years when he fights Biafran war. He is not up to 35 years when he becomes a head of the state. The Ojukwu you are celebrating today, how many years is Ojukwu when he fights for Biafra? How many years is Ojukwu? When you underrate somebody because of his age, it shows that you don't know the capacity, the capability of human being. It shows that you don't have knowledge. Don't underrate person because of his age. Don't talk to person because you think you senior the person. How old is you? They have bring age for the IPOB, meaning that those people that under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is older than all of them. Is that what you think? Go and check it. There are many Biafrans who is older than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they are under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is not because they don't know what they're doing, because they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows more than them. They know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has what they don't have. They know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have what it takes to be a leader. Oh, my people. In this COG, I call them, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu call them in COG. I call them this COG. How do you think that Biafra will be restored with mere words, with mere threatening? Nigeria look like who you will threaten? Nigeria that has Boko Haram, you are threatening them. Nigeria that has bandits, Nigeria that has Fulani men, you are threatening them. What are you using to threaten them? What are you using to threaten Nigeria? Do you think that Nigeria that can violate international law, you are threatening on social media without action? The only thing that we threaten Nigeria now is the action in Biafra land. The only thing that you can use to threaten Nigeria now is your action. Apart from your action, you cannot threaten Nigeria. What will you use? How can you threaten them? If Nigeria can violate international laws, if Nigeria can violate everything that has to do with knowing the implications of extraordinary rendition without the consent of the person, and they go ahead and do it, what are you threatening them with? What are you threatening them with? Threatening Nigeria. We will see you in court. Who is the chief judge? Who will decide the case? Ifeanyi Ejiofor is just a lawyer. And he is not the person that he can only play his role. It will left for Nigerian government to decide. Anything Binta Nyoko decide is what will happen. You cannot do anything. That is why they now tell you they have shifted the case on the 21st on the next year. Will you change it? The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the other case. Do you hear anything? Hi, Lord, greetings from here. You think that when you threaten Nigeria with we will do this, we will do that, that will move Nigerian government. Let me tell you, no amount of threatening that can move Nigeria government. What will you use? You don't threaten them. You can only shake Nigeria by your actions. And you cannot use weapon. You use a strategy, which is economic sanction, the crippling of economy from our region. We control the economy of Nigeria. And if we cannot use that to achieve Biafra, tell me, what will we use? There is this word that says, use what you have to get what you want. What do you have and what do you want? I ask you that is watching me, what does Biafran have? And what do they want? Biafrans has the economy. That is why I tell you people that since Biafrans has the economy, you need to use that your economy to request for your freedom. Why the world cannot talk anything about Biafra? Egypt is drawing oil. Nobody is disturbing them. Germany is in Nigeria eating. China is in Ebonyi State controlling their land, mining there. Nobody is disturbing them. The whole oil in Biafra land where is being drawn by the foreigners and nobody is disturbing them. Now tell me, how can those people come out to fight for you? How can you must stop those people? It will affect their business. When everything they are doing is being affected, when the foreigners' business is being affected, when you stop Chinese from Ebonyi State to stop anything they are doing in Ebonyi State, when you stop the Ajib, all these foreign people that is drawing oil from Biafra land, when you stop them with your crisis, they cannot come to draw oil. Their people will now ask, because they value that oil they are drawing, they will now come out to ask question. They will not ask. Their people there will not tell them when they don't see that oil they are drawing, when they don't see that their business, when they don't see that thing they are doing to gain their to build their economy, they will not ask what is the problem, what is going on. That is when you draw their attention. Because you cannot draw their attention while their business is moving on. You cannot draw their attention while everything is going on. You cannot draw their attention while everything is moving smoothly. You cannot draw their attention. How can you draw their attention? With what? With what are you going to draw their attention with? I am asking you. I ask you this question. What is Biafran doing to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What is Biafran doing to restore Biafra? Let me tell you, Biafran has two jobs now. This two jobs is very, very different. Very, very different. One is to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without Biafra restoration, leave it to our legal team. They will do it perfectly well without failing. The reason is because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never committed crime. But if it were to restore Biafra, they cannot leave it to our legal team. They cannot do that. It's beyond our legal team. The Biafra restoration lies in our hands. It lies in the shoulder of every Biafrans. And the people that will tell the people who it lies in their shoulder is the leadership. Is the leadership. Because the leadership will not give action. Action is what will restore Biafra for us. Prayer is not, can never restore Biafra. Even the Israel you are claiming to come from, Israel only pray, God, help us to win this battle. Not God, help us to go and fight the battle. Help us, for we are going to battle. Guide us and help us to win. Not you will be in your house and God will be fighting for you. I am asking you, I say it again, Wochanti Goffman, listen and listen attentively. If it is to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out, Biafrans, leave it for our legal team. Our legal team can bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out perfectly well without anything. But if it is to be for Biafran to be restored, it is above our legal team, both foreign and home and abroad. Home and abroad. The legal team, Biafra restoration, is bigger than them. We are the one who will make them, help them. What are they doing? What are they doing to make sure that Biafra is being restored? You tell me that the leadership is working. Okay, good and fine. With who? Without the Biafrans? Without the masses? What type of work is that? Where is the work going on? It's like someone telling you that there is a road, there is a construction of road going on in your street, and you come out in your street and you don't see anything. You ask the person tells you it's going, they are working underground. And you know that there's nothing like underground work. My hometown is Biafra. Biafra is my hometown. Do you have any issue with my hometown? My hometown is Biafra. So if that is what you want to know, you have know it now. My place is called Biafra and my hometown is Biafra. That is why I am calling you. If person tell you that they sign any agreement with Biafran, with politicians, the person is just fooling his or herself, because you know what, you let me tell you one thing. If you tell me that you have agreement with politicians, I ask you, which agreement did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has in 2019 that he allow election? Is it not the same political solution? And they failed him. That is why he tell you that there will never be anything political solution again. Some people think that being in this struggle is defending the US. Who am I to defend the US? Defend them from who? Who am I defending them? That is why when I see most of you telling me, hey, attack Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa, you sit idiot somewhere, sitting in his room. He will come out. He literally for you come out with boldness. Tell me that you want to pursue Simon Ekpa, you want to deal with Simon Ekpa with a media, which is your Facebook account. Ogosine Malife. Ogosine is stupid. Because if you want to deal with Simon Ekpa, it's very easy. Go to Finland, sue him in the court. When you sue him, the court will judge you with him. But if you cannot sue him, you cannot deal with him. You cannot do with him. That is why I tell you people that. That is why I tell you people, for Biafra to be restored, it's not all this gossip. We need to call on our leadership to do something, to start, to stand up. They need to step up their games. They need to rise up. They need to act on the area that is very, very necessary. We need to act in the area that is very necessary. This thing you are coming on social media to just be doing media saga, come to my media comment section and be fooling yourself. Mazi Achebe don't care about you. Who I am after is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the leadership of IPOB. So if you are in my comment section, you just give yourself work by typing rubbish. Because when people that matters type, I pick from them. When the Eflefus type, I know who they are. Because the question now is, how can you restore Biafra with mere threat? What are you using to call on the leaders, to call on international communities? With what? With Guinea, international communities. International communities. You don't hold anything. You hold, you think international communities, Israel will come and bomb Nigeria. Israel will come. You are a fool. How can Israel come to bomb Nigeria? You forget that Israel is a country like Nigeria, that Israel don't have any right to trespass to any African country, not to talk of giant of Africa. Not to talk of Nigeria, that if Israel dare cross Nigeria, other countries will strike them. What is going on that will attract Israel to come in? Oh, because they tell you that you come from Israel, Israel will now say, okay, oh yeah, let's go and help them, and they will start shooting Nigeria. The question you will ask yourself is, the Fulanis, where do they come from? Those countries where they come from will start shooting Israel. Let me tell you now, if you think that your foolishness will allow you to think that the Nigerian you are seeing, Israel will just come out and start shooting in Nigeria and be killing Nigeria so that Biafra will be restored. I ask you this question. The question I ask you is, the Fulani, the Israel will be killing, where are they coming from? Don't they have any place? Oh, you think they don't have alliance? Those alliances will come and they will shoot Israel, and they will also shoot Biafra. You don't know that the North have alliance with Iran and Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, that has money. You don't know. You must be thinking. You must have sense. America come, oh. America come, oh. America come and shoot, oh. America come and give us Biafra. With what? So America will just come and say, okay, give them Biafra. So, and the same America cannot give Catalonia Biafra. The same America cannot give Catalonia in Spain their own freedom. Ibonyala. Why can't you people reason? Why can't you people talk? Why can't you people think like human beings? Being IPOB, I think that we are wise before, but this kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have made me don't know that the reason why you call IPOB bingos is the character you people display. You people display a character that is worse than bingo. If we which is Ijele speak, call you people bingo, it's like he is praising you people, because many of you people are worse than bingos. I don't blame Ijele speak that call many of you a bingo or bingos. Because when you go to your social media warriors, especially the IPOB media warriors, when you see what you people display there, what you people are displaying, it shows that calling you bingo is insulting a dog family. You are worse than bingo. Austin BC Wankwo, you said I should address meat issue, please. I will not address meat issue because the leadership have not given the go-ahead. When I say that the leadership need to step up their game, let me tell you, last 4 months, if I'm not mistaken, or last 3 months, Mazi Chike Doziem come out and say that anything about cow meat after 6 months, it will be stopped. Since then that he have given that, he said that, is there anything that he have used to enforce it? So you want me to start and saying that there will be a banning of cow meat and the rest. End of the day, China Sanworu will come and tell me that nobody sent me. Is that what you want? One agbosibo otule amula ako ife mego fubolo imali ife imache ko megi nke ibwa. So if there will be any meat, anything banning of cow meat, the people that will address that is the leadership. Let those people that Mazi Chike doesn't praise, let them start addressing that one. Mazi Achebepo will not say it. So that is me for you. Because when they give me go ahead to campaign for sit at home, end of the day, China Sanworu come on Radio Biafra to abuse us and say nobody send us, that we are foolish. That is why I am telling you, at this point of time, the only thing I believe is the only thing that he will tell me, I know it will affect Nigeria. That is why the Nigerian government is not taking us serious. That is why Nigerian government is not taking Biafrans serious again. That is why when you talk about Biafra in Ebonyi State, Devil Man will tell you, say, my friend, if you raise the flag, I will kill you. You cannot even raise Biafran flag in Ebonyi State. That is why in Imo State, you cannot be proud and say you are a Biafran man. That is why in Biafra land, you cannot even wear Biafran clothes. If you cannot wear Biafran clothes in our land, is it wearing Biafran clothes in Europe, wearing Biafra clothes in Israel, wearing Biafra clothes in France, that you are doing something, and in your own fatherland, you cannot wear the Biafran clothes? It shows that you don't know where you go. Then you start claiming this thing, Catalonia or any other place. That is why I tell you, the only thing that will make this very movement move forward is action. We have talked, preached the awareness, and the world have heard us. The world needs us to take action. The world needs us to take action so that they can step in. You cannot separate any fight when there is no fight. The world need to come in to separate fight. But when there is no fight going on, what do you expect the world to come and separate? What do you expect the world to come and separate? Because nothing is going on. There is nothing going on in Biafra land, no fight. So you want the world to come and settle peace. You want the world to come and be settling peace. There is peace already. That is why there is no crisis in Biafra land. There is no crisis in Nigeria. Nothing is going on. Nobody is doing anything. The only thing they do is to talk rubbish, looking for who to call a saboteur. Now, let me say it, the one that will hurt them most. You see all these people, you people thinking they are saboteur. When Biafra is restored, none of you can stop anyone. I say, none of you can stop anybody from entering Biafra land after the restoration of Biafra. If you like, pursue everybody out of IPOB. If Biafra is restored, those people you pursue out of IPOB will definitely enter Biafra land. And everything that every Biafran person is receiving as their right will be given to them. 100%. They're not born you well to tell the person that you don't fight for Biafra freedom. That means you don't have right. Otolo. Stay in your family. Let me tell you, in case you don't know, go and mark it. Hey, HDK Fidelis, greetings from here. Let me tell you, in case you don't know, if your mind is telling you that you want to pursue everybody out so that only you will restore Biafra, one day, only you will restore that Biafra, but everybody will enjoy it. When you say no, they will kill you and bury you, and the people will continue enjoying the Biafra, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. Even the DOS cannot stop any person from entering Biafra land. Who is the person? Kangwa Junior, Kenya, Nkage Mezigiga Hawk transformer. One you do yourself a favor, kiss transformer, naked wire Julebenine. So you think if Biafra is restored now, you will say, Mazia Chebe, you castigated DOS for that, you know, enter Biafra land. One na batanga na me video kachine ke kpogo ko ke cross on my lane sim you cast ima kupute die ese ni ne digi no no nge kpofutie gi ngwa gi na madu kale madu Chigozie as a greetings from here. Okay, manwu na eti onwe ya ekenem gi. So it's better you bring people together and fight together and restore together, because this thing, the Biafra we are talking is not your personal issue. It's not your personal property. If Biafra is restored, Kanguni Tata, Mazinam they cannot have said it that he will not be the president. And let me tell you, Simon Ekpa is a politician. If Biafra is restored today, he have every 100% right to campaign as a president, not a governor, as a president of Biafra. And he will win. One day, he will lead you. One day, if during his tenure, one day, you will go prison. Who are you? Mazi is in detention. You are here dragging power, dragging rubbish. Who are you? Some people have made a video. See, if you abuse me, I will carry your picture. I will go to Sharan. I will make sure that I summon you to Sharan and your family. Nothing will germinate in your family. If you curse me, I'm a child of river. If I will make sure that I'll carry you, I will summon you forever. This and that. The most idiotic person I have ever come across is in IPOB. Because you think you have all this power, that your Sharia is working, that everything you are talking is working, and our leader is suffering in detention, and you cannot use that your more military power and disappear to the DSS custody and move our leader and take him back to Afaruku so that he will declare Biafra from there. You cannot take that your juju power, that's your native power, make the whole DSS, all of them will start sleeping. You will rescue our leader. Once you cannot do this, one Osoji group, you are foolish. You easy. You are animal. Ibonyala. Ibonyala, because when I see you, I see Mumu. If you accuse me of taking money, I will summon you. You forget, where is that your Aloshi when our leader is being kidnapped? So it never reach you to use that your powers you people are bragging with to go and free Idara Gold. You never reach you to use that your power to free Mwada Kalista. It never reach you to use that your power to free Mazi Henrique Chuku. It never reach you to use that your power to restore Biafra. One kangu nunkebezioku. Any person coming on social media to tell you that he has power, he is a spiritual man, he said this, the person is just fooling himself. Why I tell you that you are fooling yourself is that where is Mazin Namdekan? Where is our leader? What have you done with your useless powers? That you cannot, that you are here bragging. Oh my God. Let me tell you, the leadership of IPOB GOS must step up their game. The leadership must step up their game. Whether you like it or not, I must continue calling their name. The leadership must step up their game. You are talking nonsense. You are defending the US is because you are sleeping with your husband. You are sleeping with your wife. If your wife we are kidnapped, the way Mazinam Kanu we are kidnapped, you will not be defending the US. You will be the one crying. If you have been kidnapped, your children will be calling on the US. Do something. Do something. Because you are not the one. That is why you will come out with your smelling mouth and they say, calm down. We are working on digging well, working on the underwell for a nation, not even family issue. For a nation that made up of over 70 million people, you are working on the ground. The hour has come. The better we involve everyone. Those people you are chasing, the better we involve them so that we will fight for Biafra restoration. It's better for all of us. Because no matter how much we suffer, no matter how we suffer today to restore Biafra, your reward, highest they will make you minister. Highest they make you ambassador. You can never be that ambassador more than 8 years. You can never be that minister more than 8 years. You can never be a governor more than 8 years. You can never be president more than 8 years. You can never hold any post more than 8 years. That is why, and another person will come in. Another person will come in. And don't be surprised that the people who you never see in IPOB will be the leadership. Oh, you think when Biafra is restored, if you are not an IPOB member, you will not contest for president. If you are not an IPOB member, you will not contest for governor. If you are not an IPOB member, you will not contest for legislature. If you are not an IPOB member, you will not be a councillor. If you're not an IPOB member, you will not be a governor of CB, let me call it CBB, Central Bank of Biafra. Oh, you think if Biafra is restored, then Kanu will become Biafran president. Then Kanu Meme will become Biafran chief judge. Then Mazi Chike Doziem will become what will I call it? Prime Minister. And the China Sanworu will become Minister of Defense. You must be stupid. You is be all those nonsense. When Biafra is restored, because you are a national coordinator, you will go to your state and you become governor or you become a minister. The criteria or they qualify for anything. 90% of coordinators in IPOB are not qualified to even become a ordinary council youth leaders. They are not qualified. They hear. When Biafra is restored, this person that is sending this red head, may that red head be upon your family. Mania Tech. Why I am calling on them is Mazin and kind of made it clear to us that we must wait for, call on them to take because they must give the order. So we don't want to offend Mazin Namdekanu because he said we must take order from them until Mazin Namdekanu asks us to stop taking order from DOS. We will stop taking order from them. But for now, Mazin Namdekanu is still alive. He is not dead. So we must continue taking order from the leadership until the Mazin Namdekanu says otherwise, because we are watching them. Many of IPOB members today, why you see many of them fooling themselves is because they think once Biafra is restored, because they are IPOB member, they will now say, okay, come and pick a ticket for IPOB as a party, and you show your ticket, you pay your monthly dues, oh yeah, become governor. How can the illiterate become governor? How can illiterate become your governor? You cannot even settle family problem. Is it person that cannot settle ordinary family problem in IPOB that he will now come and make a president of a country when it's restored? How can they? Okay, meaning that if one region rise up and say the decision of the president is not good, then and there is crisis, then you will now say that that region is no longer Biafra. You will keep on let the quarrel start. Let me tell you, let me send this message to IPOB members. Why I tell you people to start calling everybody, involving anybody in this very movement is because no matter how you suffer alone in this Biafra movement, when Biafra is restored, your children's right will be the right of the same people who have never contributed a time in IPOB. Go to South Africa today. How many of people that fight with Nelson Mandela are ruling South Africa today? Ask yourself this question. Go to America today. How many people that fight with Martin King Luther Jr. that are still ruling America today? Go to Ghana today. How many of J.J. Rawlings that fight to do all those things are ruling Ghana today? Go to Libya. How many of what is it called? The former president, Gaddafi? Is it not Gaddafi? Yes. How many of his people are still in the government? These are the reasons why you need to involve every person so that they will partake in this suffering, so that they will give their own quota of contribution, because Biafra is not one man's business. Biafra is not one man ideology. Biafra is for everyone. If you think that because you are IPOB, you are Chinke Doziem, then when you are giving office in Biafra land, because you fight for Biafra, nobody will question you. One day, you will run what we call a transparent government. One day, I chop nearly one kobo. Block can be this idiot and a presidentiality. Potamen accused. I should don't question. One day, one person accuse you, you will be thoroughly investigated. And when we find that you eat one dime, one day, you will spend the rest of your life in prison. On this note, let me put my line there in case you want to make any call. The number to call, if you have my line, you can put it there so that I will pin it. The number to call is there. You can call in if you have question. You ask me question on how Biafra can be restored, and we have to deal with that. Or if there is something you are doubting about me, this is the right time to ask your question so that I will answer you. Or if you have contribution to make, this is the time to make your contribution. You only have few minutes to make that contribution before I stop this very broadcast. So let me drop the number to call. Many of you who my number, you can call in and air your own opinion. We are Biafrans. We don't fear anyone. We have the first caller here. Hello, greetings from here.
Good evening.
Good evening. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Okay, my name is Uche John Ungene.
Okay, Uche John Ungene, go ahead.
One number, I'm very happy you were taking our phone today. Someone I didn't send that message, voice message.
Okay.
Okay, I want to say something about your program. You know.
Go ahead.
Paul, you know, in this life, the only thing can last forever is only truth.
Exactly. Only need anything to defend it.
Just 2 minutes. You know, sometimes I go to a comment section and see what some stupid and evil people is commenting. And I just want this opportunity to tell them that this kind of life will not lead us anywhere.
Exactly.
We are talking about our children to born. We have lost in our own time. We are fighting this thing for our children to born, our generation to come. We are not fighting this thing for Nnamdi Kanu. As you are saying now, it's not people who go to the fight. We enjoy the results of the fight.
Exactly. They don't know.
Let me tell them, what goes around comes around, and what comes around goes around. Maybe you think you are supporting the OS. Let me make it very clear to you. If you say that what the OS is doing to Nnamdi Kanu, I pray to God Almighty, who makes heaven and the earth, and the Chukwu Okike Abiama, who give us the land of Biafra, to send exactly what DOS is doing to Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafra destruction, to send this to them one by one, through their family, through their friends, or whatever.
Yes, sir.
That is my prayer.
Yes, sir.
My brother, stay where you are. Don't look anybody. Stay on truth.
Thank you, my brother.
You are not doing it for Nnamdi Kanu. Doing it for your children and your children to born. Don't look at anybody. Don't look at anybody. They will come for you. They will send many people. Be very, very careful for people you are doing things with this time around, because you stand on truth, and God Almighty will guide you from now and forevermore.
He said, thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Remain blessed.
Bye-bye.
Now, let me tell you people this thing. Biafrans all over the world, those that has ear, let me tell you this word. Do you know that lies does not require anything to prove it? I mean, truth does not require any proof to prove that there is a truth. But one lie will require thousands of lies to cover it up. A truth does not require any proof to show that it's truth. That is why when you say the truth, that truth will remain. Nobody will, you don't need anything to cover it. But when there is lie, you will be lying upon lie to cover that your lies up. That is why you see people who lie, they will keep on lying and disgracing themselves every day. Every blessed day. That is why I tell you people, when you say the truth and they tell you they have bought you over, I want people that say, Mazi, they have bought you over to call me and tell me what is bought over. Or ask me that question here so that I will know who you are. Let me disgrace you. Or if you know that DOS cannot be questioned or nobody have every right to question DOS, call in and tell me the reason. Let me disgrace you here. In my end, we na people. Because now every day my program get those line. Shigi one can go sage because any help for me to disgrace you. Mazinam they can tell you, say, if you have a spirit argument, bring it on. One if Solumu made debate after 30 minutes, your wife will not give you food. Is another mate one. I check dear all those Miri group, those that carry DOS for their head like gala, that don't know the meaning of DOS and they are carrying it. They want to destroy DOS. They are fighting DOS. Who laid the foundation for them to fight the DOS? Is it not DOS? When the DOS is not doing anything, what do you expect from the people? The people will ask you questions and you need to answer them because you are answerable to the people. If you say that DOS are unquestionable, call in and tell me. If I ask you 5 questions, know that I'm not a Mazi Paul Achebe. I want you people to go and invite the other idiot that call himself the idiot that is living in Germany, call himself Oshino Mazike Chukwueze. Invite him here. I want to lecture him. Fake IPOB everywhere. Greetings from here. I thought you called before.
Sorry, very, very sorry. Paul, just give me 5 minutes, please. Just 5 minutes, please.
No, 5 minutes is too big.
I want to say Biafran something.
Go ahead, but I don't think you have up to 5 minutes. Just go ahead.
A little bit. Okay. I just want to say my fellow Biafran one thing again. Especially our people from Liver Line area, our brothers here. I just want to ask them one question, or 4 or 5 questions.
Go ahead.
With this oil God gives them, I want to ask them one question. How long are you going to live your life without electricity?
Okay.
How long are you going to live your life without good water for drink? How long are you going to live your life without good road? How long are you going to live your life without good hospital? How are you going to live your life without train? How long are you going to live your life without making any plan for children to born? While the Western world is making budget of in next 20 years for children to born. 20 years, in next 20 years. Some countries in Europe have made budget for children to born in next 20 years. You have oil, you don't have electricity, you don't have water. And when we rise up, your elders and some saboteurs, we rise up and say, these Igbo people, this is Biafran thing. You think you are doing Igbos. The jealousy of Igbos will kill you people in that zoo called Nigeria. Mark my word somewhere. If you don't sit down, think like a man and do what you're supposed to do as a man, time is coming. Time is coming. Time is coming. You will sit down and cut your bread and eat it by yourself. Paul, thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. May Elohim bless you. And you must remain blessed. Now, I want the people who are on my comment section, typing trash, typing rubbish, to come up with their argument. The floor is yours. I drop number there. Come up with your argument. Not to be on comment section as a coward and be making noise. This is time you need to come out. Let me disgrace you. If you call your name and where you reside, and after I disgrace you, the coordinator in your region will sack you. It's a promise. After I disgrace you, the coordinator in your region must suspend you or you will be sacked. Because I will disgrace you in a manner you will never like. I will make sure that I will disgrace you in a manner that even the people who call you brother will start calling you goat. Mas, you have been bought. You have been call in and tell me you have been bought. Ife umuazi. Na all those time ebe put na koyeli na kokonya abulonu. On this note, I will end this broadcast here because now the Janjaweed in what Hana defend the US. So Mpotana defend the US. Then if I defend the US, who will defend me? Who will defend Mazin and the Kano? If I start defending the US, who will defend Mazin and Kano? Who will defend me? Who will defend Biafrans? Who is going to defend people? The US. I defend the US. Greetings from here. Stop listening to yourself. Stop listening to yourself. When you are ready, you call. You can't call and be listening to yourself. You cannot talk. You are listening to hear your voice first from the speaker. You cannot put your phone on your ear. Mazi, we be there, and the people who is insulting the US. What led to the insult? Is DOS working and people are insulting them? Do DOS carry people along and the people are talking about them? Do the leadership carry Biafrans along? You will give order and counter your own order. You will come out and be telling me, tell them to stop countering our order. Who counter your order? Step up your game and Biafra will be restored. Number to call, I pin it there. You are seeing it that is pinned there and you are still asking me number to call. I pinned the number. Look there, you will see it. It's pinned. Must defend the US. Must protect the US. Protect them. Where the gate today when I will protect? No, go and give me fence. Let me start protecting the US. And Mazinam Kanu will be dying in say. Let the leadership step up their gains. Let the leadership step up their gains. You cannot restore Biafra with empty threat. You cannot restore Biafra with empty threat. On this note, if you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Mazi Achebe Paul. MAP Ezioku Bundu 1 na Biafra land. Nwanne obone like lokansi emife nwanne megini ga agbala acid nwo ki nwo onwe gi because onwele feed ndụ eme. If you don't like Mazi Achebe Paul, nwanne commit suicide. I don't care. I don't give a dime. But how come on leadership of IPOB? I will continue calling them until they rise up. The day I will stop calling on the leadership of IPOB is the day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out and the day Biafra will be restored. If not, their name will be on my mouth because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say it. Mazi Achebe, take order from DOS. I am calling on DOS to give Mazi Achebe the order. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, Mazi Achebe, take order from DOS. And now Mazi Achebe is calling on DOS to give me order. Okay? Nothing more, nothing less. So if the open on card again with one, if I call DOS, you don't like the way I call DOS, one day go and die. Hold on. I say on this note, remember bless, almost hey Biafra, almost hey Biafra. Biafra, freedom, freedom, Biafra, one love, almost hail Biafra. IPOB, one family, IPOB. Remember bless until I come your way. God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God bless ESN. God bless Mazi Achebe Paul. God bless Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa, God bless you. God bless our legal team. God bless every IPOB member who are genuinely fighting for this very movement. God bless all of you. And remain blessed. On this note, I say, may Elohim guide and protect every one of you. He say, thank you and remain blessed.